السماوات والأرض وجعل الظلمات والنور ثم الذين كفروا بربهم يعدلون. All praise and gratitude be due to Almighty Allah, the Lord of the universe, creator, nourisher, sustainer of the universe. The most merciful of those who show mercy, the most compassionate of those who show compassion. The only one who has the right to be obeyed, the only one who has the right to place rules and regulations on mankind. All praise and gratitude is due to Almighty Allah, who has brought us to this land of plenty, who has favored us so much above many of his believing slaves. And we are grateful to Almighty Allah for that. And we have to be grateful to humankind too. As the Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam, he said, Man lam yashkurin nasa, lam yashkurin Allah. He who is not grateful to mankind is not grateful to Allah. But the scholars of Islam, they put a word here in parentheses. They put the word never. And never is not in the original, it's not in the Arabic. But to show the emphasis of gratefulness, not only to Almighty Allah, but to humankind. And so we translate it as, if we're not grateful to mankind, we're never grateful to Allah. Because we see each other every day, we see our communities, we see the people in our household, we see our spouses, we see our children, we see our brothers, we see our fathers, we see our mothers, and sometimes we lack that opportunity to be grateful to them for the boons and favors they confirmed on us through the mercy and blessings of Almighty. My brothers, recently we have heard, want to digress a little bit and come to something of very big importance to us, because sometimes we don't correlate these happenings, these current situations, with a part of our Islamic belief. And because of this, the right analysis, we lose it. And so we have heard recently, days after days, a few weeks after weeks, and even up to today, I was looking on the internet to browse to see what is the new current affairs, what news is going on, and it is still being mentioned here. What am I talking about? This trip with these 5 people in this mini sub, going on an excursion to see the wreckage of the Titanic way below into the way below into the ocean. This little mini sub. And before they went into that excursion, the man who was in charge of this operation, who was the main pilot, who was probably one of the designers of this mini sub, when they had interviewed him. And then one of the questions was, if something happened, what's going to happen to you people in there? And he gave the indication, we will all die, because this is being closed from the outside. No matter what equipment you have, and this is a mini sub, very, very tiny with 5 people. You can barely sit, you're sitting like in a car. What are you going to do? And before you go down there, they close it from the outside, so there's no way that you can open it from the inside. No matter what, even if you open it from the inside and you get out, the pressure of the water alone will kill you. You can't, there is no way that you can come up from there to up to the surface. No way, no way. But let us go and analyze the Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam, they keep telling us about technology like these here. And when we go and we decipher and we analyze from our system, we finally see that yes, the Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam, he mentioned something like this. But sometimes we don't correlate the two, we don't put the two together. And one day the Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam, he was passing by his companions, they were sitting, they were chatting, and just like how today we see some of our friends say, hey, what's up? What's going on? Of course that's not what he did, I'm just trying to make it dramatic. And he asked them, he said, so what are you people discussing? What are you discussing? And then they said, we're discussing the last hour. Naturally, because he's there with them, always talking about how to behave, how our akhlaq should be. so that we gain the hereafter, the benefits of the hereafter. So he naturally they're thinking about all these things that he's talking about. And so he said, the hour will not be established before 10 things happen. We, our scholars of Islam, our teachers, they have said these 10 are the 10 major signs. It is not recorded in the hadith, in the Arabic, these are 10 major signs. But because of the intensity of what he's talking about, they have, the scholars of Islam, they have put a heading to that. The 10 major signs. Now sometimes, we tend to forget these major signs. And number one, these signs are not, when he mentioned them, they are not in chronological order. Like, you would have number one would come first, and number two would come second, and number three. That he mentioned in the hadith, no, it is the scholars of Islam, they have said they are not in chronological order. And we have to listen to our scholars. Because the Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam, did he say, وَإِنَّ الْعُلَمَاءَ وَرَثَةُ الْأَنْبِيَاءِ. The scholars are the inheritors of the prophets. So we can't go against our scholars too, unless they're going against the norm of Islam, a fard of Islam. They're going against a major hadith. But this has nothing to do with that. This has to do with education. And so the Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam, he mentioned Dajjal. And then he went on to mention Ya'juj or Ma'juj, Gog and Magog. Of course, Dajjal we know is the Antichrist, the deceiver.